Hello, what's going on, guys? My name is Cryptoscope, and after a year and a half of being gone from YouTube, I am back, probably for a short time, but I'll try to keep making videos. The Let's Plays are gonna be a lot less prominent now because I just don't really have the time to record those anymore, and I don't really watch a lot of gameplays anymore. So yeah, but they are still gonna be coming. I'm still gonna finish my Meet the Robinsons Let's Play, but that's for later. A lot of things have changed, of course. I got new glasses. I have long hair now. It's awful, I know. Shut up. Whatever. Anyway, so now that I am back, I'm gonna continue with my series, sort of, to review Coldplay's entire discography. So this time I'm gonna be taking a look at their sophomore effort, released in 2002, A Rush of Blood to the Head. So yeah, let's just get to it. So in their first record, they had a more melancholic and acoustic feel, a lot of warm electric guitar, bass, and falsetto revolved around the album. But this time they throw all of that out the frigging window and give us a more raw rock type album. And just with the album opener, Politic, they really showcase that. They are coming with energy and they're coming strong. Again, you can hear this. The idea behind Politic musically was that they could just hit their instruments as hard as they could and make something out of it. And well, that they did. Martin on the piano at first, hitting the same keys, I think 22 times or 16 times, something like that. Then you have Guy Berryman on the bass, hitting the same string chord over and over. Same thing with Johnny Buckland on the guitar. And to round it all up and give it an even bigger bombastic feel, you have Will Champion on the drums, just pounding it and giving the song an even bigger, grandiose sound. And it really works for an album opener. Again, throwing all of your expectations of slow melancholy out the window, introducing you to this new Coldplay, this new era of A Rush of Blood to the Head. And well, as the title suggests, Politic, it talks about really, the chorus right now, it talks about opening up your eyes, sort of seeing through the facade and the lies of those up in command. A bit different to what other acts would later do, not really talking about resistance or rising up. No, this sort of just tells you open up your eyes, sort of the first step. And well, that's really about it. The metaphors he uses, again, the lyricism. Martin is a great vocalist and a great writer, so he really brings to the table some quality lyrics for this opener, I think. Then you come to the lead single from the album, one of their big hits, In My Place. And in the words of Martin, it's a song all about girls, being in the sort of place you would like to be for this girl. Of course, it's written for a girl. You can, use it for whatever you like. But again, this is written for that special one. Being in the places you want to be for that special one. And just about that, really. It starts with Will on the drums, then Johnny comes in with one of the strongest riffs Coldplay has ever done, and then just Martin comes in, saying his stuff. One of the biggest criticisms for Coldplay, which really starts on this album, is that their lyrics are really cheesy, which sometimes they are, but I feel like especially for this song, it really works. I don't really see a problem with it. It works, and I think it gets its point across very well. Then, on the chorus, Martin just soars with these falsetto notes, and I think it's just fantastic. Not one of my favorite tracks because I think it's overpraised, it's overrated, but it's definitely a big song, definitely a really great track. Then we come to the last single from the album, and one of the darkest songs Coldplay has ever written, God Put a Smile Upon Your Face. And it starts with this acoustic guitar and Martin just singing. It's one of their philosophical songs, I guess, if you would. Martin singing "Where Do We Go? Nobody Knows," and again, it doesn't have a lot of lyrical content, but it really is sort of strange, I guess. The video for it is, I think, one of the creepiest, most terrifying videos Coldplay has ever done up to date. It's shot entirely in black and white. You see little pieces of this businessman, sort of, in the suit, who goes to work, I guess. And as he goes, he has his suitcase. As the video progresses, and you also get shots of the band actually performing. His hand disappears, drops his suitcase, then goes on. He goes with some friends to a bar or a restaurant or something like that, and then he actually starts disappearing more, up to the point then when he goes to an alleyway. He just lays down and straight up disappears. His clothes just fall down, and he's gone. He's just gone. Really scary concept, to me at least. But the song is really great. After the drums kick in, it sort of picks up pace. You get the rhythm going, and then this build-up happens to the chorus, and it just explodes with Johnny and Guy coming onto the spotlight and just giving their usual amount of great musicianship, and Martin just singing the chorus, "Your guess is as good as mine," and I really like it. It's one of my personal favorites from the band, and it's a really great. Is it a deep cut? Because it was a single, but it doesn't really get praised a lot. I know the band don't really perform it anymore, which is a great shame. But yeah, it's a great song. Anyway, after that, I mean, maybe it's not really talked about a lot because it's sandwiched between the lead single in my place and one of their biggest songs, I think their biggest ballad even, "The Scientist." One of the best songs, I think, for a get-together, sort of fixing things after a breakup. You all know this song. What's there to say about this that hasn't been said before? I mean, it's great. It starts off with Martin on the piano and just these simple sort of chords. He starts off singing "Come Up to Meet You," and well, you all know the song, so why am I even saying the lyrics? It's just fantastic. After then, the latter half of the song, it starts building up. The guitars come in, the bass sort of gives more power to the song, and then the drums kick in just to give it round up the piece. And well, it's just a fantastic song, really. Again, the lyrics are also just great, and well, what can I say? It's really a damn great song. Again, sort of written to fix things after a nasty breakup. So if you've been through that, or you are going through that, maybe this can help in some sort of way, because then it is a piano ballad, so especially if you're a teenager, then depression, whatever. Then you get the other big song from the album that almost didn't make the cut. It was going to be shelved for their later album, X and Y, but well, I think everyone is glad that it made the cut to this record, Clocks. Starting off once again with piano, just these simple sort of chords, which will later be sort of almost reprised on Speed of Sound, but this is the original, I guess, of that, more acoustic, raw organic instrumentation. Again, just the piano first, and then the drums kick in, also does the bass. Johnny Buckland doesn't really get a whole lot of spotlight in this song. There's not a whole lot of guitar that you can really hear. You really have to pay attention and really dig deep to find it, but it's still there, of course. And again, sort of dealing with time, the time passing, and us sort of ignoring it until it's too late. Very classic melancholic Coldplay of the early days. And well, then the chorus hits, and you get Martin once again showcasing his falsetto, and well, it's a live staple. It really is one of their biggest songs, one of their biggest singles, and again, so glad that it made the cut. What can you say? It really is a great song. You also, all of you know this as well. One of their biggest songs, and well, at the end, again, showcasing sort of that raw rock sound that was more popular in the early 2000s. The ending of the song, World Champion goes crazy on the drums, mainly the cymbals just starts crashing those, and again the song just explodes to die out, and it ends with this guitar riff from Johnny again. At the end, he sort of comes into the main stage, but Will really just pounds the drums and makes the song explode in its final act, just like the closer, which I'll talk about in a minute. Amsterdam, it's Closer, which is also the longest song on the album. But anyway, after this masterpiece, we get probably my favorite track on the record, which for fans that know this record from front to back are probably gonna like hate that it's my favorite song, or I call it my favorite song. I don't know why, it really is Daylight. Another song that was finished last on the album, that has sort of this electric guitar, violin type thing going. The piano is taking a backseat this time after two piano-driven songs. And then it just explodes once again. The drums kick in, just pounding it. And again, it's a really weird track from Coldplay. Almost another YouTuber, PJ Mills, has said that it's sort of as if U2, Coldplay, the Beatles came together and concocted this song. Another one of their eerie tracks. It sort of drags notes by Martin singing, and then the lyrics are also really strange, but the chorus hits and the pitch is high. Well, not like in the producing of the album, like falsetto hits, the guitars just go to their higher register, and I don't know, I just really enjoy it. It's a really great shame that they only played it in the Rush of Blood to the Head tour, but I mean, I really like it. It's one of my favorites, as I just said. Now I really enjoy it, even though I guess there's not really a whole lot to be enjoyed. It's a really simple track, really. Again, there's not a lot of lyrics because Martin drags them along. The chorus is just falsetto, a couple lines here and there, and that's about it. Repetitive, and it ends with 26 times slowly breaking through the daylight. That's 26 times, and it ends with a fade out. Again, my favorite. I can't really explain. Again, it's a really weird song from Coldplay, not something you hear from them a lot, and with this violin type thing going on. And well, it's really strange, but I think you should check it out. But it could be a letdown because it is after clocks. I think the placing of that is a bit weird, or a bit not good for the song, because I think it's great, but it's placed after clocks, and it is, for the regular listener, I guess it's inferior in a lot of ways to clocks. But anyway, then we come to another one of Coldplay's love songs. This time it's an acoustic, Green Eyes, which is written about a girl before Gwyneth Paltrow. I mean, some of you may know, Chris Martin married Gwyneth Paltrow in around 2003, 2004, after the release of this record, and this was written about a girl before her. Unfortunately now Chris and Gwyneth are divorced. That's where their album Ghost Stories and A Head Full of Dreams come from. But this is really a really great track. Singing Green Eyes, You're the Spotlight. Spotlight shines upon you, yeah, as you just heard. And how could anybody deny you? Again, some of Martin, I think, is a great lyricist, bringing a lot of great lines to the table, and again just acoustic guitar for the first half of the track. Then the second half, the drums kick in, and the song speeds up entirely. I mean, it starts off sort of slow, but again, after the second half begins, it speeds up, and it keeps going. And again, Martin showcasing his vocal talent once again. Should I stop saying that? Because it's Chris Martin. Come on, he's a fantastic vocalist. Whatever. Not a lot to be said about this song again. It's sort of deeper cuts, but it's a great song as well, and a lot of great coming from this album. Then you come to one of the songs that's hated by the actual band. I don't think the band hates it. Chris Martin sort of hates it. He says it doesn't exist for her. A silly song about a girl. It doesn't really exist for me. That's what he said in interviews. And yeah, they didn't really play that. They didn't really play it live, not even in the Rush of Blood to the Head tour. And it's a really great shame. It sort of sounds like a Crowded House's hit "Don't Dream It's Over." It also features this sort of violin or string instrument in it, and it's led by the drums and the guitar, of course, Will and Johnny. And then Chris sort of comes in, singing in his higher register, really. And again, the lyrics are fairly interesting, sort of similar to The Scientist in a way, where that it's talking about sort of excuses, as you just heard, and excuses a guy took to not be with this girl, and now he regrets it. Now that this girl has broken up with him, he regrets, putting up all those excuses. He saw the warning signs. The girl sort of tried to talk to him, but in the end he didn't listen, and now he regrets it. That's the premise of the song. Really great. The entire track is fantastic. In the chorus, it sort of crescendos, but in a soft way. And again, in the chorus, you really hear the protagonist, I guess, saying that the truth is, I miss you. And again, sort of reflecting upon the warning signs that came before this breakup, and now he regrets it. So yeah, again, Coldplay were sort of almost in the style of Muse in the early days, where they wrote a lot about melancholy and being sorry for this loss of this girl or this special one no longer being with the protagonist of the song. And you can really get a lot of great songs from this. So there you go. After this, you come to, just like Politic, the heavier song on the record, A Whisper, which is lyrically the weakest song on the album. It has like 4 different sentences, and that's about it. I really like it. I think the guitar line is really strong, the guitar riff, powerful, the drums sort of kicking it, you get the pace, the rhythm. Guy also is featured prominently here. You get again the rhythm, the pace, sort of chugging along, and again Martin just repeating a whisper, a whisper, a whisper. And then I really like the chorus. It explodes in this massive ball of epicness. I hear the sound of the ticking of clocks. Remember your face, who remembers you when you are gone, when you are lost, also later in the track. But again, I really like the song, a sense of urgency to it. I picture in my head a music video for this sort of in an airport, again, that urgency type. In the end, let me show it to you right now. It finishes, again, the bridge sort of calms things down, the guitar goes out, and then it explodes into another chorus, and then in the end, it sort of has this nice little guitar line that I think it's really cool. I really like that sound, and well, it's just amazing in my opinion, and it is probably the weakest song on the record, but I think it's really great placing it on there. It shows a harder side from Coldplay that didn't really return in any other record. I mean, you sort of heard sounds from it on Violet Hill, on Viva La Vida, Square One, on X and Y, and of course Major Minus on Miles Hilo too, but then it didn't really, it just stopped there. And it's a great shame because they really brought some chill, especially on this song. Then you come to the title track, the 10th song on the record, A Rush of Blood to the Head, and it's from this point, I mean, it started with this song. Coldplay really tried to play tribute to Johnny Cash, and they really do it on Till Kingdom Come on their follow up, which was intended to be recorded with him, but he passed away before they actually could do that. And this is sort of the first iteration of that, the ode to Johnny Cash. Martin really singing in his lower register, and it starts off really quiet in the beginning, simple guitar, acoustic guitar, and again Martin singing on his lower register. And I think it's great. It starts off, you start listening to it like, what is this? Is this another ballad, sort of like Green Eyes but slower? And then you get along that it's also sort of it's very metaphorical, sort of like the scientist and warning sign, where this protagonist is regretting letting this girl go, and now is going to like restart his life, his decisions, gonna rethink everything. So I'm gonna buy this place and burn it down, see it burn. And instead of, different from a whisper, he blames it all upon a rush of blood to the head, sort of instinct, a random thought. And I love this part. The tambourine comes on, and again Martin just vocalizing Oz. I love that part, and then it explodes into the other verses. And again the drums kick in, the bass also just setting the rhythm and really giving the song a lot more power and punch to it. You sort of get along the rhythm, the pace, it's chugging along just like a whisper almost. And I really like it. Again, the lyricism of the song is really strong, you should really check it out. It's, again, don't take it at face value, really read into it. It's a lot of metaphors similar to the scientist and warning sign, as I just previously stated. Then the chorus kicks in and the guitars just take on an even bigger impact. Johnny on his electric, it's really great. And again Martin just singing See Me Crumble, lyrics in that style. And again it's just a great song, a lengthy one from Coldplay, but it's really powerful. And until the beginning, from the beginning to the end, you sort of get this is almost like gathering everything together almost, until you get to the actual album Closer, the longest song on the record, Amsterdam, which in my opinion is the worst song on the album. I know a lot of people love this song. It smells a lot like Elton John, something he would have created. It starts with this sort of space sound, which will be the main subject on their follow-up, X and Y. But again, then you get the sort of piano that you could perfectly hear on another Elton John record, another one of his albums. And again, the sort of brings back from Parachutes, the melancholy, the sadness, and the, again, not my favorite song on the record. It's actually my least favorite. In my opinion, the album should have ended on the title track, but nonetheless we get this little piece here. Well, what to say? It starts off really slow, and again Muse sort of throw their song United States of Eurasia to this, starting off with the piano, slow burn. It really is a slow burn song, you know. It starts off slow, and then in the last portion of the song everything just explodes. The entire band comes in, guitars, bass, drums. Also the drums are really a standout instrument on this record specifically, and everything comes together to make this entire crescendo explosion of a finale of the amazing record that is A Rush of Blood to the Head. And what else to say about this record in the end? Well, you don't really get a Coldplay like this anymore. This was really their hardest record, their heaviest, if you will, and it's just gone. This, I mean, I really miss this sound. Again, I'm more of a rock guy myself, so I of course really miss this album. I really like the stuff they're peddling on now. A Handful of Dreams, even though I think it's their weakest record, I think I personally still really enjoy it. I got the chance to see them live in 2016, and it was great. Don't get me wrong, but just there's a sort of spark. I don't know if this is like the melancholy feel that Martin was single at the time. Again, this was the last album where he was single. After this, he married Gwyneth Paltrow. But there's sort of a certain spark that's missing from Coldplay, and I really miss that. But in the end, you really should check this out. It's, again, their heaviest album, but it doesn't get all crazy like hardcore metal death distortion of doom. But it is a different side of Coldplay that, while it has some of their biggest ballads up to date, The Scientist, and other soft tracks like In My Place, it also has a lot of interesting experimental moments on it. Again, the title track, God Put a Smile Upon Your Face, the eerie songs, Politic even, I think that's a really great one, and it's right off the bat, you don't even really notice it. So yeah, in my opinion, I give this album a 5 out of 5, a 10 out of 10. It's really great for a sophomore effort. They knocked that sophomore slump out of the park, and I guess also to talk about the cover. This is Anton Corbijn, great photographer. Sorry, the crack here. I've had this album since it was released, I think. So it's been a while. It hasn't stood the test of time that well in the jewel case. And the cover is a photograph on manipulated in a computer by Anton Corbijn. Coldplay saw this sort of photography in the newspaper, and they contacted Anton Corbijn. Or was it Anton? I'm pretty sure it was Anton Corbijn. If not, then don't listen to me. But they saw this picture on the newspaper, and they wanted to recreate it. And this sort of artwork, you can sort of see. They recreated that sort of style for the singles as well. And the single songs are really worth checking out. In My Place, Politic, God Put a Smile Upon Your Face. The B-sides to that are really interesting too. My personal favorite is of the single for The Scientist. There's a track called 1.36. That's literally the name of it. I will play it for you right now. And that's also another heavy song from Coldplay. The lyrics are really funky. You could just look at that. Scientist 1.36. And again, as I said previously, the artwork is very similar to that of the actual album. And again, the single song is really worth checking out, in my opinion. So that's really been it. I've been talking for half an hour. Whatever. So anyway, I am back for a little while, and I'll keep posting some of more album reviews in the future. So stay tuned. I don't really have an outro. So whatever. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you in the next video. So bye.